Adding your items into your Walmart catalog and making them WFS eligible doesn't need to be confusing, and sometimes it can be. So I'm going to walk you step by step on how to make your items WFS eligible. Now, the point of making them WFS eligible is so you can send them to the Walmart warehouse to then when the customer purchases them, Walmart ships, packs, and deals with returns, and they deal with all that. And for me, I love that option because I can ship and forget and then just reprice as needed. I love WFS because it seems easier for me in my business model. It helps me stay organized in my normal life, and I don't have to worry about sending packages out to customers. So let's dive in, and if you could do me a quick favor before is like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below of what you want to see. Is this helpful? Do you want to see more content like this? Or would you prefer watching me source or doing those kind of things? So let's dive in and let's get started. So I'm going to show you 2 ways how to add items as WFS eligible. The first is single upload, where you add items one by one, and then the second is where you do bulk uploading, where you upload many at a time. So I'm going to show you how to do single upload first. So first we go to our catalog, which is over here on the left hand side and is the second one down. And then over here on the right hand side, you will add items. Now this screen is where you'll find all of your items in your catalog, whether they are seller fulfilled, WFS eligible, or Walmart fulfilled. Now the difference between all these is seller fulfilled is essentially FBM. You send the item directly to the customer. WFS eligible is when the item is on its way to Walmart and or you've sold out of your inventory and is no longer in Walmart. And then Walmart fulfilled is when Walmart is in their warehouse and they're fulfilling the item. So let's just go ahead and do a single upload and do add items. And for this one today, I'm going to be adding this goose dog toy. This isn't an item I would normally sell on. I just picked an item for educational purposes. And I love using Martyr over here on the right hand side because it gives me all the information that I need to know. It tells me that the brand isn't on the listing because the number seller is the Guanche. I don't know how to say that. And there's 4 sellers and the sale price is typically $13.99. And then I can kind of scroll down and kind of take a look. If you want a 7-day free trial, please check out the link below. And I just love Martyr and there's so many things coming out. But for this one, this is what I will be adding in as my one option or as my single upload. So I'll go to add item, and let's just say I don't have the item ID, but I will show you how to get that. Is you could copy this title and then upload it into there. And then as you can see, because I did the title, it populated 30 more toys, and I don't know which one it was. It could be a different color. Was it this one? So I don't want to really take a guessing game. So I just like to grab the item ID number, which is right here, and I will copy that. If you don't have Martyr, you can also look for it in the URL. So in the URL, the item ID is right after the title of the item, which is a super long item title, I guess. So it's right here. So I will go ahead and copy that and then go back over here to add items. And then in here, I will just simply paste in the item ID, remove the question mark, and then it brings up exactly what I'm looking for. I don't have to sort through anything. And then I will click add. And then down here, it's kind of hidden. It'll say next or submit. I'll go ahead and select that. And then I will do seller fulfilled. I'll change that to Walmart fulfilled. And then my SKU, this is the typical SKU that I use. The location, let's say I got this at the dollar store, I put DS, and then I do cost of goods, which let's say I got this for $1, and then I use today's date, and then I do the listing price. This is important, especially when we're going to do that bulk uploading later. And so for this one, for test purposes, I'm just gonna put test, and then a random number. And then the selling price, let's say it's $13.99. And then is this Prop 65 required? No. You will need to know if your item is Prop 65 required, so just do your little bit of research on that. And is this state restrictions or sale restrictions? None. Country of origin, I typically just do US. So I will scroll down and select United States. And then does it contain a chemical, pesticide, or aerosol? No. Does it contain electronic component? No. Does it contain a battery? Does not contain a battery. And then I can go ahead and skip all of this information. And I know this is a lot of boxes and you're probably wondering why I'm skipping all those. It just comes with time and experience, but the ones I'm looking at right now is for batteries. Because it doesn't have a batteries, I don't have the information, so I don't input it. And then I will go on down, and I believe I'm missing a few, but let's just kind of take a step by step and click next. And it doesn't look like I'm missing anything, or it would have errored out and then highlighted the items in red. So now I will go to my activity feed to see if this uploaded correctly. The activity feed will tell me if something is aired out and everything like that. This usually process takes about 1 to 2 minutes, so I just like to refresh and then to see if it populates. Alright, and as you can see, this one is pending and it has 1 submitted, and so we will just wait for it to be processed. If there is an error, it will have this little eyeball right here with a 1, and then I can download a report and it tells me what I'm missing, what's wrong. And sometimes I do have to do a little bit of research of what the error is. A lot of times it's the same SKU. You can't have the same SKU, so it'll tell you that. So we'll go ahead and refresh again and see if it gets processed. Alright, as you can see, this was processed, 1 of 1 submitted. And so now we need to go into our catalog to see if it errors out, like if we can't sell it, if it's restricted, or if we can sell it at that price point. So let's just jump into our catalog. And as you can see, it is published, which is perfect, and it's at that $13.99 price point. So it being published tells me 2 things. 1, I can sell it. It's not restricted, I'm not gated, and I'm free to go to sell it. And then 2 is I can sell it at that price point. If let's say I put this at $35 and it goes unpublished, it probably went unpublished because of pricing error. So that's good to know that you can sell it at that price point and it's sellable. So now let's jump into how to add items as a bulk upload, which is adding 10 items or less per upload, and it's just a lot easier and it's my preferred way of adding items. So we will go to add items. Alright, so the items that I'm going to be doing bulk uploading is this Uno No Mercy cards and then these resistant bands. These are items I would typically sell. I just kind of pulled items that I think would be good to have as educational purposes. So even the price point's a little low, I just typically wouldn't sell these, but just for educational purposes. So we will go ahead and select the upload in bulk right here. Alright, and then we will go to match Walmart's catalog right here. And then we will select Walmart Fulfilled. Alright, and this is where we will grab the G10s. So the G10 is typically 2 zeros before the UPC. So I will go ahead and grab this UPC right here on Martyr. I will copy that and then go over here and then do 2 zeros and paste. And then I will do a comma, space, and then I will go over to this and then grab the UPC as well, copy that, and then do 2 zeros and paste, and then download file. Alright, and then we will view my files, and it will pop up right here once it's able to be downloaded. So I will refresh and then go to my files. Perfect, and it populated and it's right here. So I will then click that little cloud and download. And then I will go up here to my downloads and there they are. Perfect. So this is where you can add about 10. I wouldn't do more because it kind of bogs it down. So I will go ahead and add my SKU and I will just do test and a random number and then the item name, and then I will do the selling price. So this top one, let's take a look at which one is which. So then the 809. The top one is the Uno, and let's say we want to sell them for $10. And then the other one we want to sell for, let's say, $10 as well. So we'll do $10 for both of them. Selling price is 10. 10. Is Prop 65 required? No. And then none. And then I will go ahead and skip all of the state restrictions, And then does it contain a aerosol product or aerosol chemical or pesticide? No, for neither of those. And then is it electronic? No. And then does it contain a battery? It does not contain a battery. I will then add in the width, depth, height, and weight of each. Let's take a look at this one. This one was Uno. It is, I'm just going to round up to 1. It's 1 by 3 by 8. So 1 by 3 by 8. And it is 0.55. And then let's go to the weights or the resistant bands. And those are 751. 751. And they are 0.3 pounds. Let's go ahead and put no label. And then no safety data sheet, no batteries, nothing like that. And no battery model. We are good to go. That is all the information that is needed. If there are errors, then we'll address those as we do. But we'll go ahead and save this. And then click out of it. And then go back to here. And then we will go ahead and upload back up here. And go to our downloads. And then drag that item. Okay, so I did get an error on the last upload I tried to do. So I will go ahead and walk you through what I added. So I had to add all this state information, and I just put Washington State because that's where I'm at. I put none, no restrictions, and then I put my zip code, and then I had to put United States. So then I was able to upload that without any errors. And then I will go ahead and select next over here and import items. And then I will go to the activity feed. And I will go ahead and refresh to see if it populates through. It is 4:40, and so I like to check the time, and right here is 4:40. It looks like it has been submitted, so then it needs to go to pending and then processed. So this usually takes a few minutes. All right, so I will go ahead and refresh. And it looks like it was processed. 2 were submitted, yay, and 2 were processed, yay. So now let's go check to see if they were WFS eligible or if they erred out for any reason. So let's just take a look. And it looks like the resistant bands and Uno are published and they are WFS eligible. That's awesome because that means that we can now send the items to the Walmart warehouse and get that process going, which is so exciting. I also want to mention that here in this inventory slot, you do not want to add items into your inventory. Adding items in that column really specifies that you will be fulfilling that item. So unless you're sending 10 items to the WS warehouse and then holding on to 2 to sell as seller fulfilled, you can do that and then you put 2 in there. But if you plan on sending all 10 of your items, don't put in an inventory item. You will then add that quantity when you are adding items into your WFS shipment. Alright, well I hope this was helpful. I think adding items into the catalog can be stressful, it can be confusing, and there are times where things just change and you have to learn and adapt and just try and stick with it. I love doing Walmart and I love talking all things Walmart, so please like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. And again, I want to say that I have relaunched my Walmart Masterclass. It is coming out March 25th. I am so excited. Please attend the webinar, and I'm just so pumped about it. But yeah, if you have any questions, please drop a comment and let's connect.